Hello guys, welcome to Supremational classes. Guys, be ready for a special dictation prepared for Bihar Civil Court Steno skill upcoming examination. Be ready guys, 5 seconds. In the 1980s, for example, women's group across the country spoke out against dowry deaths, cases of young brides being murdered by their in-laws or husbands greedy for more dowry. Women's groups spoke out against the failure to bring these cases to justice. They did so by coming on to the streets, approaching the courts, and by sharing information. Eventually, this became a public issue in the newspapers and society, and the dowry laws were changed to punish families who seek dowry. An important part of the women's movement's work is to raise public awareness on women's rights issues. Their message has been spread through street plays, songs, and public meetings. The women's movement raises its voice when violations against women take place, or, for example, when a law or policy acts against their interests. Public rallies and demonstrations are a very powerful way of drawing attention to injustice. Nature is full of colors. Flowers of different colors: pink, yellow, violet, green, white, red, blue, etc. The beauty of colored dress in movement brings relief from the monotony of everyday life. All our festivals are color oriented. We decorate our houses with banana and mango leaves and prepare sweets with different colors, and world without color is an interesting scenario to consider. We would be left with a white sky, a black sea, and grey buildings. If you considered to imagine this, most people would imagine a black, grey, white world, but are not they colors? To the absence of color is an impossible concept to imagine for those who have lived with color and never really considered it to be such an important topic. Color is always a concept that we take for granted and frequently fail to notice its wonderment. Now let's all take a moment to ask ourselves these questions. What would the world be like without the vibrant colors of a rainbow? Would we appreciate the beauty of the sunrise or sunset? There are many things we would not be able to experience fully if there were no colors. In the world of fascinating sights, colors are found everywhere in all sorts of ways. Colors are put into categories and types depending on what one is looking at. The color wheel consists of all colors that are within the visual spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum, a basic color wheel, includes red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, and violet. A friend is a person whom one likes, respects, and meets often. Friendship is the feeling that joins the hearts of two friends. Federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of the country. Usually, a federation has two levels of government. One is the government for the entire country that is usually responsible for a few subjects of common national interest. The others are governments at the level of provinces or states that look after much of the day-to-day administrating of their state. Both these levels of governments enjoy their power of independent of the other. The jurisdiction of the respective levels or tiers of government are specified in the Constitution. So the existence and authority of each tier of government is constitutionally granted. The exact balance of power between the central and the state government varies from one federation to another. This balance depends mainly on the historical context in which the federation was formed. There are two kinds of routes through which federations have been formed. The first route involves independent states coming together on their own to form a bigger unit so that by pooling sovereignty and retaining identity they can increase their security. These types of coming together federations include the USA, Switzerland, and Australia. In the first category of federations, all the constituent states usually have equal power are strong, that is the federal government. The second route is where a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states and the national government. India, Spain, and Belgium are examples of this kind of holding together federations. In this second category, the central government tends to be more powerful, that is the states. We noted above that most federations that are formed by holding together we do not give equal power to its constituent units. Thus, all states in the Indian Union do not have identical powers. Some states enjoy a special status. Jammu and Kashmir has its own constitutions. Many provisions of the Indian Constitution are not applicable to this state assembly. Indians who are not permanent residents of this state cannot buy land or house here. Similar special provisions exist for some other states of India as well. There are some units of the Indian Union which enjoy very little power. Stop. सो गाइज ये डिक्टेशन था. होप शो कि आप लोग इसको अच्छे से लिखिएगा, अच्छे से आपकी तैयारी चल रही होगी. एसएससी के लिए भी आप ये सब जो मैं दे रहा हूँ जनरल, उसके लिए भी आप लिख सकते हैं। बिहार सिविल कोड के लिए तो है ही, इसके साथ और भी अदर आपको हेल्प करेगा ये सब डिक्टेशंस, काफ़ी अच्छे डिक्टेशंस है। तो मिलते हैं नए डिक्टेशंस के साथ, तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद।